worse.
For richer.
For richer.
For poor. For better.
For better.
For worse.
For worse.
For richer.
For richer.
For poor.
For poorer.
We hit that snag about 20 times in counseling. Bria made it very clear to Jonathan, you cannot be broke. In sickness.
In sickness.
And in health.
And in health.
To love.
To love.
Cherish.
Cherish.
And to obey.
We didn't talk about that one in counseling.
We did talk about that in counseling. Yes, we did. So you want me to repeat that again? You want to just keep going?
I think we can keep going.
All right. For better.
For better.
For worse.
For worse.
For richer.
For richer.
For poor.
For poorer.
First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS whom we learn from. Shalom to the whole for elect, scattered abroad, preaching His word in truth and sincerity. And shalom to you sisters, to you ribs, holding your husbands down, you know, in order, right? And in silence when need be, right? So, as you saw, Eve is basically just acting how we all would expect a Babylonian to act, right? Self-titled, empowered, right? The women get everything, meaning they don't gotta work as hard, but yet they demand a lot, especially from Jake. She's marrying a Jake. You know how much adversity that man would have to go through in order to provide a decent wage, right? Because 80% of Jake don't make no more than $40,000 a year. You can't do much with that, right? So this woman here is basically letting them know that if you ever lose your job or whatever, then you don't got me. I mean, I would have left her right then and there, to be honest with you. I mean, I wouldn't divorce her, but I wouldn't live with her. I wouldn't want to live in the same house. I would not taking care of her like that. You know what I mean? Like, she'll be my wife, but I'm not building a house. I'm not buying a house for sure. You know what I mean? It already started off wrong. I don't know what this man was thinking, but that's just the way it is, man. This world is vexing, man. How to see a woman over the man. It's sickening, the simpleness, man. I asked a family member. We were having a conversation about roles of wife and husband, and he feels like everything is equal. And I had asked him, I said, "Do you believe in women's rights?" He said, "Yeah." I'm like, "You're a feminist." He kind of chuckled, but he didn't deny it, right? It's just sickening, man. Scripture said, don't give thy strength to a woman, lest it destroys kings. Right? Scriptures also say that women should be ruling their husbands in the end of times, man. This is what we're seeing, man. It's disgusting. These women are gonna get a rude awakening, right? Loudmouth Eve, always got something to say, always wanna snap her fingers and you know, and swing her neck around like she got an attitude, like she can't be touched by Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Don't even regard nothing. Man, society has made it to a point where if you had some sense, you wouldn't get married. You know, but a lot of people want to fall into the trap of this marriage thing, that we got to do this, we got to do it this way, we got to buy the ring, we got to do this. You know what I mean? They're all stuck on this this ceremony that Babylon has basically made it a thing. I think it was in the 60s where the whole diamond and, you know, proposing thing started. You could look this up. But you know, this system here has made it to a point where they fantasize what weddings are like. You know, they put it in the cartoons. All little kids want to be Cinderella and all this other shit, man. Sickening. This is Proverbs 9:13. A foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and knoweth nothing. Let's look at that word clamorous.
Strong's H 1993. Hama. Hama.
It means to murmur, growl, roar, cry aloud, mourn, rage, sound, make noise, tumult. Right? These women are loudmouth. You can't tell them nothing. You try to correct them, they got no accountability. Right? If they knew something, they'd be different. They'd be opposite of that. Sickening. Right? She is simple. Let's look at that word simple.
Strong's H 6615. Pethayuth. Pethayuth.
Simplicity, naivete. Be honest with you, I don't even know what that word means. See what I could do. It means the quality of being naive, lack of experience, wisdom, or judgment. Right. She's naive, simple, knows nothing. And that's a fact, man. Women are supposed to reverence their husbands, right? Reverence goes into fear, having some type of, let me shut my mouth, he got angry. Or, let me just not say this right now and wait till he cools down. You know, maybe rub his back later and, you know, ask him if he's all right. If he's all right, you know, not talk back, talk over, right? Not try to, you know, try to put your foot down, as they say. That's not the way things are supposed to be, man. This place is vexing, to say the least. This is Ephesians chapter 5 and verse 33. It reads, "Nevertheless, let every one of you in particular so love his wife even as himself." Right? The way we love, according to the scriptures, is to correct, reprove through the law, statutes, and commandments, and we deal with each other in a correct and humble way, right? So a woman is not supposed to absorb authority of her man. That's off, right? So the way you would love that person is to correct them and say, hey, you're going off. This is not the way it's supposed to be, right? Women think that, love is a feeling. You got to show, you know, this, that, but that's not what that means, right? And the wife see that she reverence her husband. Now let's look at that word reverence. Now phobia, right, from the word phobia.
Strong's G 5399. Fabeo. Fabeo.
Says to put to flight by terrifying, to scare away, to put to flight, to flee, to fear, be afraid, to be struck with fear, to be seized with alarm of those startled by strange sight or occurrences, right? When your husband raises his voice, you're supposed to fear like you heard thunder, right? Not thunder back. That's not what that's saying. Women are simple, man. Let alone the ones that are supposedly in the truth. They read that priest that says, you see, it says you have to love your wife as yourself. Of course, but what is love according to the scriptures, man? It's to keep the commandments. Right? And hold everybody to a standard, right? Our measuring stick is the law, statutes, and commandments. And an Israelite woman is the worst. right? But these 2/3 women are just as bad, man, with the mouth. Man, that mouth, man. Scriptures say that, you know, death and life is in the power of the tongue. Life and death is in the power of the tongue, man. Watch your mouth. It's sickening, man. And it's simple as, man, just laughs it off, man. That just pisses me off. I don't know about you all, but that shit makes me feel some type of way, man. That man could potentially be a future king, right? And he's smirking it off, man. Don't even know who the fuck he is. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 26. Go to verse 24. It says, a dishonest woman contempteth shame.
A dishonest woman.
Oh, Salakia. Let me see if I can find this word here. Content. Let me see. Contemptness. Salakia, bear with me. It says here, to view or treat with contempt, scorn, contemptor, or less commonly contemner. Okay. Let me look at. To view or treat with contempt, scorn. Take a look. To despise, to consider and treat as mean and despicable, to scorn. It says here, a dishonest woman contempt shame, but an honest woman will reverence her husband. Come on, man. That woman should be happy she found somebody that love her stinking ass. I'm not saying literally stinking ass, but, you know, her attitude stink. Crazy, man. This is Sirach 25 verse 22. It says, a woman, if she maintain her husband, right? Now we got, let's say the roles were reversed, where her husband got, you know, injured or whatever, and she had to take care of him and, you know, nurse him back like she's supposed to. Man, oh man, these women don't know shit. It says, a woman, if she maintain her husband, is full of anger. Salakia. A woman, if she maintains her husband, is full of anger, impudence, and much reproach. And I'm not saying all women, but man, this is what it is, man. The scriptures tell you exactly what it is. I'm not woman bashing or nothing like that, man. But when I see, you know, these proud women like that, it just pisses me off, man. There's too many of them. But it's gonna be a humbling time, man. It's gonna be a humbling time. Salaka, bear with me. I forgot what this precept was. I know it's in Isaiah. says Isaiah 32:9, rise up, ye women that are at ease, hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones. Trip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruit vine, right? Because these women are going to be, once they don't got the delicacies of this life, they're going to be crying out, man. I pray for that day to a humbling spirit be upon all these women. That's what's coming to you. So humble up, man, and find yourself a husband, a righteous husband that is going to take care of you according to the scriptures, man. And with that, I'm going to say shalom.